Hi, I'm Ross, you're watching the Gastronomer, and today we are making pumpkin bourbon cocktails two ways, a cold pumpkin bourbon fizz and a warm pumpkin bourbon toddy. So stick around, I'll show you how to make these simple yet festive cocktails. I will not lie, I do love pumpkin spice things. I'm not a pumpkin spice fanatic, but around this time of year, as the weather gets cold and the holidays start to come around the corner, I do like those fall spices and the flavor of pumpkin. It just warms me up and gives me that good feeling inside. So today we're gonna make two drinks, take on a bourbon sour, one hot, one cold, just a few ingredients, which will really embrace those pumpkin-y and fall spice flavors. So we're gonna make both drinks at the same time because they have the base ingredients that are exactly the same. We're gonna start with 2 ounces in each of these containers of bourbon. You can really use any bourbon you'd like. I just picked up this Amador bourbon whiskey. Not the most expensive thing in the world, but also not the cheapest thing either. So that's 2 and 2. If you want to double up the drink, that's totally fine. You can make 2 servings, just add 4 ounces. And now we're going to add 3/4 of an ounce each of lemon juice. And also our sweetener. In this case, I've chosen maple syrup just to bring out those fall flavors. You could also use simple syrup if you have it. You can even use honey if you want to mix the honey in about a 3/4 honey, 1/4 water ratio to make a honey syrup. But again, 3/4 of an ounce of sweetener. And now what we have here, again, bourbon, lemon juice, sweetener. This is our basic whiskey sour, but we're not gonna stop there. We're gonna spice it up a little bit. Let's get our pumpkin. In each of these, we are going to add 2 tablespoons or about an ounce of pumpkin. This is a really forgiving drink, so if you don't get it exact, that's totally fine. I'm just using canned pumpkin. You can use canned pumpkin as well. I think there's not any great substitutes. Just make sure you get the 100% pumpkin, not the pumpkin pie filling, which has all kinds of sugar and spices in there that you're not going to want. And now you can get creative. I opened my spice cabinet and what I found was whole cloves and cinnamon sticks, but you can really use any of those warm fall spices. You could use cardamom, you could use pumpkin pie spice, really anything will do. I'm using whole cloves and whole cinnamon sticks in place of the ground stuff because when you add the ground stuff to drinks, sometimes it gives it a little bit of a gritty flavor. Sometimes I'll use it anyway and just shake it up and maybe even strain it real fine, but just have the whole stuff today, so I'm gonna add those into our drink. And those are the basic ingredients. Again, bourbon, lemon juice, a sweetener, in this case I'm using maple syrup, pumpkin, and some fall spices. Gonna give this first one just a little shake. This will be our warm drink. Then the second one will be our cool drink. So we're gonna add ice. Give this one a shake. About 15 seconds. All right, let's start with our cool drink. Put some ice in our glass. And just strain out our cocktail into our glass. You'll notice it's not gonna fill up the glass all the way because I'm gonna top that off with some seltzer. In this case, I'm using LaCroix Limoncello seltzer. Add in our festive paper pumpkin colored straw. And then for this one, I'm going to strain this. Remember, this is the mixed but not chilled mixture into a glass that we can use for warm water, either a mug or in this case I have a heat-proof glass. I'm going to top that off with about 4 or 5 ounces of hot, near boiling water. And finally, maybe I'll garnish that with a Another cinnamon stick just for added flavor and good looks. There you have it, 2 pumpkin cocktails, a take on a whiskey sour. We have the cool one, the pumpkin whiskey fizz. Oh, that's great. That's a great light, maybe pre-dinner appetizer drink. I can really taste the pumpkin and the spices. The whiskey is balanced very well and that maple syrup brings it all together. And then we have our warm whiskey pumpkin toddy. That one is fantastic too. Warming inside. Again, I can really taste the cinnamon and the cloves come through. This is a great one if I'm maybe outside in the backyard by the fire pit, hanging out with my friends or my family, socially distanced of course, or maybe even after dinner with my dessert or in place of my dessert. So I'm gonna stick with this one on this cold fall day. I'm the Gastronomer, Ross. If you enjoyed what you saw, please consider subscribing with the link below or check out my blog, gastronomer.info. Enjoy. That's really good.